Hello, and welcome to this week's version of the 7th grade PMS Science Vodcast. I would like to welcome to the screen, with 25 years of teaching experience, for the Crusaders, Mrs. Kim Rowe, and with 10 years of teaching experience for the champions, Mitch Leff.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I'm going to start off today, and I just want to review a couple things again. When you are logging in, you guys did a great job picking the correct teacher this week, but please remember when you log in that you need to make sure that you put your first and last name in there to help us out. Helps if we know your first and last name. Okay, I think that's all that I have to start with. Oh, also, please make sure when you are working through your Nearpod, you make sure that you are not just clicking through the slides. There are things to do on some slides, and if you just click through, just showing up and clicking through does not mean you're doing your work. There we go. Now I'm done.
And then we have the 3 different types of rock, guys. Remember, we have igneous, we have metamorphic, and we have sedimentary rocks. A lot of you done a really good job with your rock hunts, getting out there and doing your rock walks, because rock walks rock. So we're going to give you a little synopsis of the generalities of the 3 types of rock. Mrs. Rowe is going to start us off with igneous.
Okay, so with igneous rock is pretty uniform in color, and sometimes it can even look like glass, like obsidian looks like black glass. But it does not have a lot of variations, unlike the other 2 types of rock, which Mr. Leth or Mr. Newt is going to go next.
Yeah, I'll talk about sedimentary rock here really quick. So sedimentary rock, I have a couple here, or one here that used to be together, and it's very gritty and grainy. You can feel the tiny grains that have been pressed together, and oftentimes you'll see them in layers. Those layers might be a bunch of different colors. You might see 3 or 4 different colors within one rock. But what can happen with that is they can break apart at those layers a little easier than some of the other types of rock. And you can definitely, it's not very smooth. You'll be able to feel the little particles. And this one had many layers and just kind of keep breaking apart here. I can almost break these little things in half just because they're not quite as strong as the other rocks. So just keep that in mind. You can actually feel the grains, and it will have some layering possibly within some sedimentary rocks.
And then the 3rd type of rock is a metamorphic rock. A metamorphic rock used to be an igneous rock, or it used to be a sedimentary rock, and it was changed somehow through heat and pressure. What I like to think a lot when I'm trying to identify rocks, metamorphic rocks a lot of times look like you took a bunch of different colors of Play-Doh and you squished them together and mashed them together, and you've got these different lines and bands and different patterns of different minerals that came from different rocks or different types of rock beforehand. Mr. Leff, could metamorphic rock somehow end up being an igneous rock again or a sedimentary rock again?
For sure. So any type of rock can become another type of rock. And in fact, you can have some types of rock that become the same type of rock, just a little bit different. So you can have a sedimentary rock that breaks apart and just becomes another sedimentary rock. You can have a sedimentary rock that goes through a lot of heat and pressure and will turn into metamorphic rock. And then you can have rock that melts and then it comes back up as igneous rock. I mean, any type of rock can become any other rock just based on the processes it goes through.
Okay, for our next section, we're going to talk about our time to climb game that we played on the lesson for last week. And we're going to each list off our winner for this week as of the filming of this episode. So the leader for the Crusaders, the winner as of today, with the highest point total is Savannah Murphy with a score of 2,771.
All right, and on the champions, just to reiterate, this is Wednesday when we are recording this, so it's still a couple of days you guys can get on there. But just to kind of recognize those that have been on there, the high score for the champions is Caden Nemo with a score of 2,777.
Ooh,
wow.
Close.
And for the Centurions, Sophia Komkwich is our leader right now as of Wednesday. Sophia has, I think it was 2,783 total points.
Whoa,
There's
Sophia!
a lot of points. There's people within 5 or so points, but Sophia's our leader right now.
Yep.
And then the last thing, guys, next week, there's going to kind of be a tie-in. We're talking about rocks in the rock cycle this week. Like Mr. Les said, every rock can become a different kind of rock. And that's going to tie into our plate tectonics lesson next week, and how different plates are moving around on the surface of the earth, and how that kind of affects the rock cycle and the rocks that are on the surface of our planet and down below in the crust. Awesome job. Stop in our office hours if you have any questions. Email us, message us on Remind if you guys have that set up, and we love hearing from you.
Also remember, if you don't understand something on Nearpod, write in there, I don't understand, or I don't know, or help me, because we can get in touch with you and answer any questions that you might have.
Anything else, Mr. Leth?
I'm good. That was all good.
Peace.